But what up, YouTube? It's your boy up in my crib. Sorry. What's up, Ruzu? It's your boy, Evan, again. And so I'm doing a little fun, festive holiday drink for you. It's a little quickie. So we're making today glögg. Spiced wine, mulled wine. It comes from the Norwegian, kind of Swedish, that kind of realm. Switzerland, probably. And it is a delicious, warm drink that is great for the holidays. So I just wanted to, share the love. You'll need some key ingredients. So starting off with the dry ingredients, I already have them portioned out just to save time. For like the dry spices, we have a stick of cardamon. These are just pre-sliced, but just almonds blanched. 3 to 4 cloves. 5 to 6 cardamon pods, green cardamon pods, smashed. And that's for the spices. Then you can choose your fruit of choice. For this one, I chose dried cranberries and dried apricots. You can do whatever you want. You want to do dates, you want to do raisins, it doesn't really matter. And then depending on how much alcohol you have, anywhere from a half a cup to a full cup of white sugar. Now onto the drink section. For this one, I'm doing a more brown liquid. You can also do vodka sometimes, but the base is usually some kind of hard alcohol and then wine. For this one, I'm gonna do half brandy and half bourbon, a large amount of rum, and then a bottle of wine. The technical recipe that we're doing, this is about a half recipe just because I don't need that much. It usually calls for 2 of these bottles, so you can do burgundy and then maybe kind of sweet red wine. For me, I like in the Costco, just the Kirkland brand, because Kirkland rocks, except the only thing Kirkland sucks at is dish soap. Everything else is awesome. Anyways, so this is $13 for this bottle, and then you can make 2 glöggs out of it. But so I'm gonna use, this is about, equivalent to a handle of rum, so I'm just gonna use the rest of this bottle. Put that in. Awesome. And then I'm gonna do some brandy. This one has the stupid shake cap, so it's gonna be a minute. Yeah? Sweet release. Okay, so that's the brandy. I highly recommend not having a shake bottle brandy. And then a nice splash of bourbon. So I like, for this, I like doing like one kind of dry red and then one sweet red when I'm making a full pot. Just because I don't want to have a really nasty hangover, because if you have a lot of sugar and sweetness, because you're already adding sugar later, you can get a pretty mean hangover from this. But, so I like doing a dry red. Corona. But also, you make sure to do table wine. You don't want to waste a nice bottle of wine on this. This is all just for the flavor of the grape. I mean, if you're rich, go for it, but, this is a $5 bottle. Fun fact, if you want to chug wine, put a little bendy straw in, have it sticking out, and you can go to town on that wine. That is just pure alcohol right there. So at this point, you turn on the stove, and you want to heat it up. Some of it is evaporating. You don't want to burn off the alcohol, so make sure to watch it at this point. Shouldn't take too long. Basically, I don't know, like 5 minutes probably. So keep an eye on it, but you don't want it boiling, because as soon as you start boiling it, you're gonna burn off all the alcohol. Come on in. So this is kind of what we're looking at. So you see the steam kind of coming off of it. So this is where the fun part is. So you take a lighter, and like this, you light it up. Now at this point, we're gonna kind of give a little bit of a caramelized sugar to it. So watch, if you have like anything that's like flammable above your stove, this is metal, so we're fine, but like in your personal stove, you might burn something, so just be wary of that. But you just kind of want to put it in the fire. You can hear it sizzling. You hear that sizzle? And so that's caramelizing the sugar, getting a nice little flavor to it, and the heat is coming up, it's burning the sugar, it's falling down, all that fun stuff. And that it smells awesome. So just a little less, and good. Now you let this go for a minute to get it burning, all that stuff, and if residual sugar on top, you can hear that. It smells like a campfire. So I'm gonna have that on. Also at this point, you can turn off the stovetop. You don't need it on anymore. So after this is done, we're gonna let it sit for a little bit, and then we're gonna put it in the spice bags. Also, I forgot earlier, so I forgot to get an orange when I bought these things, but I'm gonna use a lime, just some kind of citrus. This is the peel. Just cut off a little bit of the peel and put it into the bag with the dried fruit. So this has been a minute now, so we're gonna close it off. We're gonna let that extinguish itself. And so now we're gonna come over here. So I use cheesecloth. So right now I'm gonna cut off the peel of this lime. I recommend using an orange, but I'm just gonna try it with a lime because it might be good. And I'm making chili later, so I'm gonna use what I have because that's what they used to do back in the day, right? So now you're gonna take the cheesecloth corners, and if you have like bread ties laying around, that would be ideal, but this also works. So just take the corners, do a little loop tie, pull it tight, and then do the other corners, do the same thing, tight. Now take both of them. Now you kind of have this like this knot in the middle. Now take both of the little tails at the end and then pull it tight and get yourself a baggie. You want to have some room because you want it to kind of move around in the liquid. You don't want it to be too tight. Some stuff will fall out. That's just normal. You don't have to worry about it. We're in the final stages. It's super easy. Look at this. It only took like 4 minutes. So now it's steaming. It smells very strong like alcohol. It's amazing. So now you take your bags of your dry fruit and your spices, you place them in the glögg. Now, recipes vary on how long you want to keep those spices in. For me, I like doing 24 hours. The longer it sits and the sugar gets to know the spices and the dried fruit gets to know the almonds and all that stuff, the better it tastes, in my opinion. But at the very minimum, an hour, if you just are dying to try it, but it's gonna taste much better the day after or even the following day. So I like to do, I make it, and then I put it outside for like 24 hours, and then I take the spice bag out. If you want to eat some of that dried fruit, it's very high in alcohol. You can definitely get your groove on there, and then I just drink it. Now this is served warm, so when you want to do it, it's take a little, I don't have it, but like a little saucepan, pour in your amount, sauce it up. If you're doing a party, you can just heat this back up. Just make sure never to boil it, because when you start boiling it, you burn off the alcohol, and then now you're just drinking flavored things that are going to give you a little bit of a headache later because of all the sugar. It's a great gift around the holidays, so I know this is late past Christmas, but you can get like little bottles like this, put a little ribbon under it, give it off to your friends. It's a great thing to give to people that if they've never had it, they'll enjoy. I guarantee you'll enjoy it, and thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that jazz. I kind of do an array of stuff, do a cooking video one day, I'll do a comedy video the next. So if you enjoy the content, leave a like, a comment, and see you next time. Peace.